My name's Jeff Soele, and we live in Houston. My two kids go to TCU up in Fort Worth. The ranch is right outside of Pipe Creek. It's 290 acres. We have a mountain behind, we have flats, we have a big field, and it just has basically all the features that you could want in a piece of property. Jeff Soele, when I first met him, drove the biggest truck I've ever seen in my whole entire life. But he does his business with the same swagger, and he takes care of his business. I think he does a first-class job as far as handling the small details and the bigger details. Soon after I met him, I realized that he was not your typical real estate broker, which there's a lot of things about some brokers that I deal with in my business, and they don't have the greatest reputation, but I trust him, in just about all aspects of the business. Jeff knows this area tremendously well. I mean, there was ranches that we'd drive by and I'd say, what about this? I'd call him up and I'd say, this property's in the magazine, it looks good, and he could tell me the history of that ranch for the last 3 owners, and whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. Now, I think Jeff's knowledge is far and away better and superior than the other ranch realtors. The reason that I say that is when we look at properties, we just didn't look at Jeff's properties that he has listed. We looked at multiple properties that other real estate brokers had listed, and just their performance in comparison with Jeff's during those viewings was not even close. He has tremendous vision of what can be done with a property. As a matter of fact, we actually went back and looked at a property that I was looking to invest in, and it wasn't until later that I realized it was one of the original properties that I told him I had absolutely no interest in, and we didn't need to spend any more time here. So just the additional improvements that his vision allowed him to see is an aspect and a trait that he has that I don't think anyone else does. When I met Jeff, one of the things that he did was he took me to some of the properties that he'd owned. I also went to his game farm that he ran, and he went through the DNA, genetics, everything that was on these wildlife operation, and it was very instrumental, and I think he's got a better background in this than anybody else. When I bought this, we set it up to run as a hunting operation. The documentation that's required is totally different from buying a home. The wildlife exemption or the ag exemption that he explained that you had to make sure you kept it up. Since I bought this property, I changed it over from an ag exempt to a wildlife exempt, of which he helped me in that process. Just a lot of the different registrations, even the survey work and things like that are required. He knew people that knew how to handle ranch property rather than just properties that are inside a city. Wildlife, he helped me get some deer to put on our property, and he arranged that. Just assisted in all aspects. When you live in Houston and you own a property in the hill country, it's very difficult to do the improvements necessary to get as far as you want, as fast as you want. But Jeff was able to put me in touch with people. He arranged certain, labor to come out and take care of some of the matters that need to be done. So when you came out here, you didn't have to work from dawn to dusk to get things accomplished and couldn't enjoy the property yourself. Yeah, when we originally bought this piece of property, there was no dams on it, and the only way to get into it was to cross the creek, and sometimes when the water got up, it became a little on the treacherous side. So I asked Jeff who he'd recommend to do a dam, build a dam, and he recommended Joe Yansky. And I've been nothing but happy with him and the people that he sent out here to do the work. He's built a road for me from the front gate to the house that we've built, and he does an excellent job at a reasonable price. I think service-oriented is a word that I'd use to describe Jeff and the way he does his business. I think that's probably one of his better traits and attributes, is that he treats everyone as a person just the way that he liked to be treated himself. I don't think there's anybody in the hill country real estate business that knows wildlife, water, and property better than Jeff does. I mean, he has deep knowledge in all of those aspects. Jeff's done a great job. I mean, he really has. And we've become pretty good friends. He knows my kids, and he's a great guy. He really is.